games with their bats, their arms, or their gloves. Last year, Oakland overcame us to get out of the gate much faster in 2020.
The Oakland A's begin their season at home here at the Coliseum in Oakland. They're hungry for a deep postseason run after making the wild card game each of the last 2 years. Heidi Watney has a closer look for us.
Matt, a fired-up fan base has come out tonight to try and help lift their home club to a big opening day win. And an air of anticipation is mounting as we approach the first pitch. After a wild card loss in 2019, the A's have their sights set on a return engagement in the postseason this year. And it all starts on the infield. Can make plenty of noise in 2020.
Thanks, Heidi. And on that note, let's get things underway. Welcome to those of you just joining us. We're in the 6th inning, nobody out. Next will be the designated hitter, Nelson Cruz. Here comes the first pitch. Lower part of the zone, but it's taken for a strike. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Hit sharply on the ground. Reined in. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow! The next twin up, Josh Donaldson. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
And it's fouled away.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Stays alive, still 0-2. The pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And they can't run it down. 5 runs on only 4 hits and 1 error make up the totals for the Twins to this point. Laureano is there, 2 gone. Up next for Minnesota, Eddie Rosario. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Fouled away. Windup and the 0-1. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. Fouled off. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Popped him up. Olsen waits on it. And that ends the inning. Nothing. Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp will start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
So the Oakland lineup turns over, and to the plate, Marcus Semien. Lifetime against Jose Barrios. He's only 2 for 10. He also has 1 home run. Donaldson's up with it. And that's the second. Grounded down the third baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Popped him up. Sano over to his left. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Make it Now at the plate, Mitch Garver. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Behind 0-2 now. And he fouls this one off. And that's down into left center for a base hit.
Boy, D-Row, there's a case of the outfield defense playing so deep that ball looked like it was extra bases all the way, but they were able to cut it off.
Yeah, not too many times I would agree. I'd love to hear your take on this as well. The no doubles defense, I kind of never understood it to begin with. I felt like the pitcher, if he can execute the game plan, could keep the ball in front of the outfielders, but right there, boy, I was wrong. That worked.
And it's fouled away. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Garver leads off first with one away. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Olson in foul ground. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away. So striding forward now, Byron Buxton. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Digging in now, Max Kepler. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. And that's into the corner, a foul ball in right. The 0-1. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. Leading off the inning, Matt Chapman. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Here's Donaldson down at third. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. 1 away. Next up for the A's, Matt Olson. 3rd at bat in this one. He's bounced out and popped out in his 2 previous trips. No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Right on that thing as this is smoked into center field for a base hit.
You take a look at the numbers up to this point, you see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Left side. Donaldson's there to second for 1. On to first, it's a double play as their woes continue. The inning is over. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Stepping into the box, Jorge Polanco. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Rolled slowly to first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. Now it'll be the Minnesota DH. And he'll pull into second with 1 away. Yusmeiro Petit is out from the bullpen now as he'll get the call here on opening day. Josh Donaldson digging in now as he'll lift it up in the air. This is back behind second. Kemp ranges back and he has it for out number 2. Standing in, Eddie Rosario, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Fouled away. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Lifted the other way to left center. Reach as he makes the catch, and he took a header along with it. But Chris Davis next to bat. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Line drive to center field. But this will hang up a bit too long as it's taken in chest high for the first out.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
Line towards center field. Buxton is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Striding in for Oakland, Sean Murphy. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Lifted down the line in left. Rosario coming on, but this will land untouched. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now here's a swing and a little bouncer out to the left of the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So they go quietly here in this half inning. 9th inning coming up. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mitch Garver has got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Now the 0-1. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The next 0-2. It's the top of the zone. He struck him out looking. Here's Miguel Sano from the stretch.
0-1.
1 out, nobody on. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Kenna is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. Now at the plate, Luis Arias. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And it's gone as they add still another.
Man, we've seen that high fastball come into play more and more this year by pitchers, but he tried to sneak a high piece of cheese by this guy. He had no part of it, and he takes him deep.
They could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Behind 0-2 now. Fouled off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead. So stepping in, Tony Kemp. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Hit hard to the right side, but foul. High and deep to straightaway right. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Digging in to try it again, Marcus Semien. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Buxton is there, and quickly 2 are gone here, and it's not looking good for the home 9. Now at the plate, Ramon Laureano. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
2 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. And that is going to wrap things up as the catch is made, and the Twins move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over.
Well, we emphasized earlier in the telecast what a lift it can be to win on opening day, but what do you really think this means, Dero?
Well, for the winner, it's a huge confidence boost, Dan, no doubt. But for the loser, hey, it's just one game. You shake it off, remind yourself you're at the beginning of a long season, and you come out ready to play next time.
The Athletics have kicked off their first road trip of the season here in this game, and for a word on that, here's our own Heidi Watney.
Matt, the average MLB team will travel more than 25,000 miles in a season. That's more than the circumference of the Earth. But one thing that makes all that travel easier to handle, winning. If this club can pull off a win here in this first road game of the season, they might just start a habit of traveling in style.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. The second for one on to first, and you can forget about the go-ahead run being on base. He's erased on the double play. So base is empty now after the double play. And digging in is the outfielder, Stephen Piscotty. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Lifted down the line in left. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Buxton is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. A's go quietly.